Thanks for choosing us. Tonight, the IMF is mounting pressure on government to fast-track negotiations with its external bilateral creditors to obtain the needed memorandum of understanding necessary to secure the scheduled $360 million package from the fund. This was after IMF staff and the Ghanaian authorities reached a staff-level agreement. There's more in the following report.
This year, Ghana was able to reach an agreement with its bilateral creditors, including big guys like China and France. However, the terms of the agreed debt treatment were expected to be formalized in a memorandum of understanding between Ghana and official creditors, which will then be implemented through bilateral agreements with each member of the official creditor committee. And that is what the IMF is currently demanding. Without this MOU, it will be very difficult for Ghana to unlock the $360 million initially scheduled to hit the Bank of Ghana's account by May 1 this year. Here is IMF's mission chief, Stefan Rode, addressing the media after a successful review program.
We have been engaging very closely with the authorities on program implementation, and I'm very pleased to announce this morning that we have reached a staff-level agreement on the second review of the program. In terms of the next steps, and given Ghana's strong progress under the program, it is important that the authorities reach agreement with their official creditors on this memorandum of understanding that I talked about earlier. And we look forward to the authorities' continued efforts to reach this agreement, and the other creditors as well, in line with the program parameters.
Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam promised to hold the line when it comes to spending, especially in an election year.
On assumption of duty as minister, I promised my commitment to the full implementation of the IMF program, notwithstanding the fact that we have faced some challenges. We will continue to ensure that the program is on course. I also promise that I will hold the line when it comes to expenditure in this election year. Most election years, expenditures have become reckless. This year, we are going to hold the line and ensure that we do not embark on extra budgetary spending in order to ensure that the fiscal balances we've negotiated, particularly those in this year's budget, are met at the end of the fiscal year. Ladies and gentlemen, our success at reaching a staff-level agreement demonstrates more than enough this commitment that I continue to express to the people of Ghana.
On his part, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, says he expects the disinflation process to continue in the second half of this year.
During the first quarter of this year, this progress has continued, although we have witnessed some slowdown in the pace of disinflation, primarily due to a variety of factors, including adverse base drift effects. The expectation, however, is for the disinflation process to resume in the second quarter of 2024 and beyond, driven by continued maintenance of a tight monetary policy stance. Our expectation for end-year inflation of 15 plus or minus 2% remains unchanged.
Meanwhile, the IMF has indicated that upon the completion of the Executive Board review, Ghana would have access to about $360 million, bringing the total financial support disbursed under the arrangement since May 2023 to $1.6 billion.
Private legal practitioner Kwabena Boateng has emerged victorious in the New Patriotic Party primaries held in the Ejisu constituency. He beat 8 other persons, including former Ghana Football Association boss Kwabena Boateng, to become the NPP's parliamentary candidate ahead of the by-election. The others were Dr. Evans Dua, Klinsman Mensah, Helena Mensah, Jacqueline Abinapokwa Amoaboate, Portia Bafo Abronye, Aaron Prince Dua, and Ya Abuaje. Kwabena Boateng secured 394 votes out of a total of 1,033 valid votes cast.
Mameya Abuajewa managed to garner 229 votes, with Dr. Evans Dua polling 61 votes. Former president of the Ghana Football Association, Kwabena Boateng, had 35 votes, with Portia Echampon polling 6 votes. Aaron Prince Dua and Klinsman Kakari Mensah together polled 4 votes. Abana Pokuya Amua Boaite, who is making a 4th attempt, could not manage a vote. Kwabena Boateng, who emerged victorious, shared a few words.
Asamu ameka chere wo mu ne se ekunimdia ene abey eye meni wo mu nyina dia ekunimdia no ye meni wo mu nyina dia.
The victory is for all of us, especially the other candidates. We are here to serve the people of Ejisu. We will work towards victory. I am grateful to you all.
Medase na minim said that for yisia ebedi nkomo akwa akire medamase.
On 2 occasions, Kwabena Boateng challenged the process, resulting in some chaos. Earlier, there were reports that the former GFA president, Kwesi Nyantakyi, was admitted at the hospital. Despite the ill health, he managed to show up at the grounds. Regional Chairman Bernard Nkibo is requesting for party unity to make a statement in the by-election.
Lawyer go, lawyer come. Ejisu Fuakasa, polling station Fuakasa. Na mekachira mo se mi wo mu mujidie.
The people of Ejisu have spoken. The polling station executives have made a bold statement. I believe in their choice. I am ensuring peace among them. In 17 days' time, we will take the candidate to the polls.
Honorable Boateng, say MP no adwane dada. Enti yene Honorable Boateng, say ono ne bedi animachi. Enti say on na yeka chire.
Some of the aspirants congratulated the winner of the election. Prince Aaron Dua explains the reason for his defeat.
Yes, he is a second vice chair of our party, so definitely is in the race. Those who just came in, we don't know them, but this one, we know him. He's been with us, he's been campaigning with us, so it's a fair deal. Very disappointed, because I know what I've done, I know my work, but it won't put me back. I will move forward, organize myself. I have to get money, and I'm going to do that. How many votes were you expecting? I was expecting like over 100 votes. I told you that I visited the delegates. They bought my message, and I can assure you, I can tell you that my message helped the one who won. Yes. I told the delegates they should elect one of our own, one we know, one who have been working with us.
You must have campaigned against your own self.
For Joy News, Nanaya Ojima, Ejisu.
Now, the National Democratic Congress is demanding an audit of the Electoral Commission's IT systems. The demand follows reports of missing biometric verification devices in the custody of the EC. General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Ejisu NPP, has disputed the reports, insisting the devices were still with the EC. He alleged the commission may be plotting to illegally deploy them as part of a plan to rig the elections.
If now you have a situation where we cannot trace about 5 or so of them according to Electoral Commission's reckoning, if somebody lays hand on it, and as we believe that they are not missing because the stringent measures in place at the Electoral Commission headquarters, it cannot happen that they will be stealing of equipment which cannot be detected.
So if it's not missing, where are they?
We believe that they are being kept by Electoral Commission for whatever reason. And that is what is, making the matter worse. Because if the Electoral Commission is keeping those registration kits and they decide to deploy them in support of whatever agenda. So when registration is happening and they activate the BVR kits, those ones too will be activated And then they can be doing registration behind the backs of other political parties. And whatever data will be captured will be coming into their database. And we are demanding, we are getting to a point where we will call for an independent audit of the IT systems of the Electoral Commission. Okay. To put everybody at ease that nothing untoward is happening.
Let's stay a little longer with the National Democratic Congress as the NDC MP for Sene West, Kwabena Boateng, says the Minister for Roads and Highways, Francis Asensio-Boakye, peddled falsehood when he claimed the NPP government constructed the Atebubu Kwame Dansu Road. Speaking to journalists in Parliament, the MP insisted that the road was rather constructed by the erstwhile NDC administration under President John Mahama and not by the current government, as the minister claimed during a meeting with chiefs of the area.
Minister of Road and Highways went to Kwame Danso on the 4th of April, just last week. I think he's touring some of the roads within the region. And when he got to the palace of Gamahine, in front of the palace, in front of the paramount chief and his chiefs and elders, the minister was able to lie vividly to tell Ghanaians that his MPP who did the road, who constructed Atebu Kwame Dansu Road and then Kwame Dansu Kayeji Road, which I need to set the record straight. That is not true. But my worry was in front of Nananom and the good people of Sene West and the entire Ghanaians and the world. The minister couldn't properly check his hand over nose before going for this inspection. And when the minister said the road was constructed by the MPP, then the people at the back were saying that no, it wasn't. It was His Excellency President Mama did the road. Before the deputy minister was able to whisper to the minister that they did not do the road. And even in correcting the message, he said they started.
Richard Kwame Boateng says the minister should focus on fixing the road, which is deteriorating, and other poor roads in the enclave instead of laying claims to a project they had no hand in executing.
I was expecting the minister to come and tell the good people of Senate that now I've asked a lot of questions. When President Nanadu came and the Minister for Road and Highways, Honorable Amakwata, came to be a minister, I went to him because he knows the road. I've been there with him several times. I was there with him, as I said, as a committee. So when the government changed and became the minister, I went to him and said, Honorable, you are my good friend. He called me nephew. That's my nephew. I will do the road for you. I've been asking a lot of questions. Finally, he told me it's lack of funds, when funds are available. So they were not able to do it till now. So I was expecting the minister to come and tell us now there's money. So they are giving us assurance. Since he took over, now there's funds so that he's going to construct for us. But rather claiming the credit from MPP government, which is not true. It's not right. To me, he has to I have to set the record straight. So minister has to go back to his handing over nose, make sure he checked properly his handing over nose well before he started going rounds. Minister must stop lying. Yeah, he has to stop lying. I watched a video when he was interviewing Kumasi about Kumasi Road. He lied at the same time. So I'm not expecting them to close their eyes and then be lying. Now it's election year. They have to tell us the truth. Now, if you come to Sene West, last 4 years it happened. Close to elections, the candidate will come. All the governmental projects that we are doing, he claimed the credit that he is doing, whilst even the president is there, whilst we approve loans in Parliament.
Away from politics, the founder and president of the Accident and Victims Support Foundation, a group established to raise funds in aid of road crash victims, Reverend Cyril Crab, has appealed to stakeholders in the road sector to extend their support to survivors of road accidents and families of lost victims to enable them survive the trauma they go through. He made this call at a brief program in remembrance of a gory accident in 2019 that claimed over 100 lives on the Techiman-Kintampo Highway. Anas Sabit has more.
Known over the years as one of the accident-prone routes in the country, the Techiman-Kintampo Tamale stretch has claimed several lives in recent years, with little being done to help curb this worrying menace. Today, the Accident Victims Support Foundation, a charity organization and social intervention program aimed at raising funds to aid road crash victims, is as part of its responsibilities seeking aid to support families of the over 100 people who died in one gory accident 5 years ago. Reverend Cyril Crab is the founder and president of the foundation.
It's 5 years where we lost over 100 people in one day, and on that day the whole Ghana went haywire. We had Black Friday on that day 5 years ago, and we believe that it was a hurt to us where we wish it will never come again. But 5 years on, the question is what has happened to the families of the victims that have met their untimely death through a road crash. And so we, the Accident Victims Support Foundation Ghana, we thought it wise that we should commensurate this 5 years to appeal to government or central government, appeal to corporate Ghana, appeal to insurance companies, or appeal to the police, the entire Ghana, to first and foremost adhere to road safety practices, and then secondly, let's find a way to compensate or wipe the tears of the bereaved families who are left behind.
The said accident was reported to have occurred when the driver of a long truck vehicle collided head-on with a VIP bus between Kintampo and Techiman. Kwesi Apia is urging drivers to drive with care as well as take intermittent rests when embarking on long journeys.
So when you see 2019, you could do see what who said that the admin boy to say na brana driver for abre na ebia one tenase na one home kakra bi and ko fa to renche mo sabe wona woni ahodon ye driver for mo de tu mo kwan a won ka bi nhye mu ewu ya ye be si omo ha kokobo mechanic message ye nua ma driver for say ye fa road safety emra ye de mom sa driver for no emfa nya djuma enu achi o ka hye na bra wan kasa woni padua ho hia eso pepa bi yode oje wa home na se de sa no man nyina eye adwuma ebeboa amabo ye nkwa ho ban asan abo afoforo de ho ban.
Vivian Musa is a daughter of one of the lost victims of the 2019 accident. She admonishes drivers to drive with care and called on passengers to desist from piling pressures on drivers to speed on highways.
My little advice for drivers is that they should be careful when they are driving. If you are tired, just park and rest. And sometimes, about our dad say, sometimes the passengers too. Driver, we want it fast, we want to go where, so drive fast. The little advice that I can give to the passengers and at the same time the drivers is that we love our precious life. So please, we are begging them.
Reverend Crab also appealed to stakeholders in the road traffic sector to work towards ensuring that road accidents are minimized to the barest minimum. Anas Sabit, Joy News, Kintampo.
Welcome. Ghana's inflation of 25.8% is the 6th highest in sub-Saharan Africa, according to the April 2024 World Bank Africa Pulse report. The report revealed that food inflation of 29.6% was higher than the 25.8% headline inflation. That'll be all for tonight. I am Emma Davis. For more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a good evening.